Hello YouTube, I'm Tim and welcome back to my DVD and Blu-ray update for September 2017. It's part 2 of my September 2017 DVD and Blu-ray update, and I just have a really small amount of DVDs and Blu-rays to show you because it's just a small package of discs I pre-ordered from Kino Lorber. Two different 1960s drive-in style cult movies from Paramount Pictures licensed to Kino Lorber. And the first one is a comedy, a sci-fi comedy from 1960 starring Jerry Lewis. And since I didn't have that many of his movies and he died recently, I decided, well, I'll give that film a pre-order. So it had never been out on DVD or Blu-ray, so I ordered the DVD edition, A Visit to a Small Planet starring Jerry Lewis on DVD. From 1960, it's in black and white, and it doesn't, not really much inside, just the disc, and you get this booklet, KL, Kino Lorber Studio Classics. It's a book that just shows you the front cover artwork of other films they've got on DVD. And it has just a few extras. Special features of the audio commentary by film historian James L. Nybor, and then a trailer gallery. And I watched a little bit of this DVD, my DVD player, a little while ago, and there's 6 different trailers, but none are for this movie. I know there's a trailer on YouTube, so I've watched that. This film is in black and white. It's 85 minutes, anamorphic widescreen 1.85. It's not rated since it came out in 1960 before there were film ratings. Subtitles English. It's from Paramount Pictures. But even though there's no trailers for this film on here, there's a trailer for another Jerry Lewis film called Funny Bones, which is a film he did, I think, in the 90s. Looked like one he did in the 90s. And it says it's newly remastered in HD. Comedy legend Jerry Lewis, Don't Give Up the Ship, stars as Cretan, the wackiest alien ever to visit planet Earth. When Cretan's fascination with Earthlings gets the better of him, he breaks one of his planet's laws and speeds off to visit the blue planet. Once there, Cretan encounters a nice family who kindly takes him in. The patriarch is a famous television journalist who, prior to meeting Cretan, had aired a piece in which he ridiculed old notions of extraterrestrials. Cretan wants to study humans but does not fully understand them, ends up making a mess of things using his many fantastic powers, which leads to a series of classic Lewis gags and routines. Norman Taurog, Dr. Goldfoot and the Bikini Machine directs this comedy classic based on a gore vital, the left-handed gun play with stellar cinematography by Lloyd Griggs' movie Shane. The stellar supporting cast includes Joan Blackman, Blue Hawaii, and I believe she's the same actress who was also in Pet starring Candace Relson, and Earl Holyman, sons of Katie Elder, Fred Clark, Daddy Longlegs, and John Williams, witness for the prosecution, Jerome Cohen, Driftwood, and Gail Gordon, Here's Lucy, Oscar nominee for Best Art Direction. And I watched a little bit of it, and the picture quality looks really good. It's funny, but so far it doesn't seem as funny as I would think or hope for when it comes to Jerry Lewis, since he's really funny. Or really was funny. He died. And yeah, I got the BluRay, which I haven't taken a look at yet, and lists the same extras, but it's, of course, it's in a 1920 by 1080p HD. Yeah, there's no reverse artwork or anything. It has a booklet in there. And then there was another film that I heard that Kino Lorber had licensed from Paramount that I definitely wanted to get on DVD and Blu-ray, that it might have had a VHS release, but it had never had a DVD release or even a Blu-ray release before, but it was streaming for a while on Amazon Prime, but then I guess they had to take it down because I guess Paramount, when Paramount made a deal with Kino Lorber, I guess maybe they just couldn't stream it anymore. But there was an unauthorized DVD-R. I think you can still get it from the videobeat.com. That's in full frame of this other film, and it's a race car action drama sport movie, Redline 7000 from 1965, and it's in color. And Internet Movie Database used to list it as being in a 1.85 widescreen, but then the Video Beat started selling a full frame version, and I'm guessing that the streaming version was full frame as well. That's probably where they got that. They sourced the Video Beat sourced their DVD-R from, but I haven't taken a look at it. But I did take a look at some clips on YouTube that looked like they were copied off of a VHS tape. And it was on network TV back, I think, the early 70s. But there's Redline 7000, and there's nothing really fancy about it. There's no reverse cover art for the DVD or anything. It just has that booklet. 1965 color, 110 minutes, anamorphic widescreen, 1.85, not rated, English subtitles, and it's got audio commentary by film historians Julie Kurgo, and I believe she was the daughter of the guy who wrote the screenplay for this film, George Kurgo, and then Nick Redman also joins her for the audio commentary, and then there's a trailer gallery, but none of the trailers are for this movie, which isn't really much of a surprise because I've never seen a trailer for it, so any trailer would be rare. But let me read the back of the case. Where engines melt and young blood boils, newly remastered in HD, meet the speed breed, the young daredevils of the racing world who battled death for forever glory, produced and directed by the great Howard Hawks, Rio Bravo, and Red River, starring James Caan, and he would later be in the drive-in cult movie Rollerball. And then it says, Redline 7000 was filmed against the backdrop of the world's most famous speedways, and the film roars with the all-pulse-pounding, heart-stopping excitement of professional racing and the drivers who live one dare beyond danger's edge. Overnight fame, overnight fortune, and any night girls, the men of Banjo Baker's racing team press all to the limit in Redline 7000, beautifully shot by Milton R. Krasner, Boy on a Dolphin, with a screenplay by George Kurgo, Spin Out, and that's race car flick that I believe Elvis was in. Yeah, that was Elvis movie. I was thinking it was a beach party film, but no, it was a Elvis Presley race car flick. And this is from a story by Hawks, who's the director and producer. And the supporting cast includes Charlene Holt, Elle from the movie El Dorado, Mariana Hill, High Plains Drifter, but Mariana Hill also did a bunch of drive-in cult horror movies such as The Messiah of Evil, aka Dead People. And then she was in The Baby, and she was in Blood Beach, and then she was in Schizoid with Klaus Kinski, Christopher Lloyd, and Donna Wilkes. And this also features Star Trek legend George Takei, Mr. Sulu. This is just 1 year before George Takei did Star Trek on TV. I've watched a little bit of this, and it's a long movie, 110 minutes, so just 10 minutes shy of being a 2-hour flick, so it's still pretty long. So this is, if anybody's ever got to see this at a drive-in, I have a feeling that this would have been one maybe paired with one other movie, but it wouldn't be one of those ones where it was on a triple bill or a quadruple bill. Yeah, they licensed BluRay edition from Paramount as well, and the BluRay edition has a reversible cover. So the BluRay had this cover artwork with the reverse cover artwork. So I reversed it, and this is the reverse cover art you get on the BluRay. It's just you just see the cars. One guy driving the car, it looks like he's about to crash and go up in flames. And then, see, there's underneath the disc, there's the cover art that's just the same as this. I guess that's Mariana Hill, who looks a little bit like Ginger from Gilligan's Island, but it's Mariana Hill, who's the redhead in this. It's got Kino Lorber Studio Classics booklet, and it just lists the same extras. I'm assuming they're the same set of trailers and that the audio commentary is the same. I haven't really played this on my Blu-ray player. I just played this DVD on my computer and then on my TV. And I haven't taken a look at that video beat disc, which not too much in a hurry of seeing since it's just full frame, and I don't know if it's any better than a VHS copy since it's full frame, unless it's an unmatted open matte full frame. But I looked at this on the computer, and this looks like this is an actual 1.85 widescreen rather than a 1.78. Is I could see black bars on the top and bottom of my widescreen computer monitor, but I could only see a thin black bar at the top of my HD TV. Couldn't see one on the bottom. So that's all I had to show off for this edition of my DVD and Blu-ray update. And this is part 2 of September 2017 DVD Blu-ray update. It's all Kino Lorber Studio Classics from Paramount Pictures, so quick update. 60s drive-in cult movies. We have a sci-fi cult movie comedy starring the late great comedian Jerry Lewis, Visit to a Small Planet from 1960 in black and white on Blu-ray, as well as a DVD copy. And then the DVD edition of the race car action sport drama Redline 7000 based on that one clip I saw of Mariana Hill on YouTube, it reminded me a little bit of a soap opera, so it's a little bit of soap opera, is there's some love triangles in this one. Here comes the Speed Breed. And there's the BluRay, which has that reverse cover art, which I reversed. It came looking like this, but I reversed it to this since the BluRay has this reverse artwork, which is pretty gnarly. So that is it for my DVD and Blu-ray update for September 2017, Part 2. I'm Tim Hayes, and thanks for watching. Okay, turn off, stop.